Yeah,
Yo, 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 yo. What's good, my boy? We
what's
back for
good? What's
another
good
special
with you,
episode
man?
tonight. What's going with you?
Shit, chilling, man. Chilling, man. Shit, it got chilly out this bitch.
Man, Friday night.
Yeah, it's chilly. You might need to go get a hoodie, honey.
See,
What
get
you
up
up
in.
to?
Come on, y'all. Let's get
Man?
up in here. Let's see who's gonna be up in here with us tonight.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
for a little
man.
special episode. What's going on out there to our viewers tonight? What's going on out there, ladies, gentlemen? What's going on?
What's up? Where everybody at? Well, you know it's Friday night. Gotta give them some time.
I
Probably
give some time. It's Friday.
probably outside bullshitting or
I'm
something like
gonna
that.
pop up in there. All right. Who that? Who that in there? Who checking in with us, man? Throw a little check in the chat right there. Who that popping in there with us?
Yeah, man.
Oh, shit, they gonna start coming in. They gonna come on up in there.
I ain't even get a chance. Scared of shit. That's what happened. You know, it's these pop up episodes. They probably like Friday night. What the hell? They probably thought they seen a glitch or some shit like that.
Up in this motherfucker. We up in here. If they ain't gonna be up in
Gotta
here, we
go
gonna
get a
be up in
different hoodie though. I gotta go get something for my head. This shit don't work.
there. Yeah, take your time. All right. Hold with us for a second. My man about to go get his joint. About to get into a little small few topics tonight. So just bear with us. Bear with us for a minute, please. Bear with us. And we taking all call in and questions tonight. If anybody want to call in and question, or anybody got anything on their mind, you could definitely call in. Hit that number on the bottom of the screen down there. Hit that number on the bottom of the screen and call in. Check in, check in. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, I advise you to hit that like button and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Do whatever you got to do to hit that like button, man. Hit it, smash it, do whatever you got to do, but like and subscribe. All right, who else coming in there? Put that check in the comment. We about to start it up, y'all. Put that check in the comment. Who else is checked in over there on Black and Talkative, man? Put that check in the comment, Vicky.
My
Put that.
bad, man.
Nah, you good. I'm
I
just
had, to,
warming everybody up. You good.
I had to go get warm. Sometimes you can't be
Throw,
cute,
throw them
man.
checks in the comments up there, y'all. Throw
Like
them
they say,
checks in
you
the comments. We
try to
definitely
be
about to
cute.
get started, y'all. Throw them checks in the comments down there, y'all. Throw them checks in the comments. Like I said, if you want to call in, you got any questions or anything, y'all can hit that number on the bottom of the screen down there and call in.
Yeah,
All
man. Just
right,
chat
get it
for a
started,
few.
though.
Yeah, man. I was trying to warm the fuck up, man. Shit. Trying to be cute, gonna freeze out there, man. Ain't even that cold though.
Yeah.
It's just the wind, you know. We got that desert temperature and shit.
We gotta see throw them checks in there, man. I want to see them checks in the comments, man, so we can get started, y'all. Come on, y'all.
Oh man.
Okay, brother, you can kick it off.
Oh, we starting tonight, man. Well, I would just wanted to start tonight because so we could address that woke culture, like the thing I want to address with it that when we was started with the wokeness and the woke movement, it was for black people at one point finding themselves, finding more about their history, breaking down history, just learning more of yourself as a person. If it wasn't about your history, it was about being black and being conscious and things like that and being aware of what's going on as a black person. I think over the years and stuff and everything, white people has took it and make it a joke out of it is when they say woke culture and things like that. So many people are scammed and done things while the black struggle became the new hustle that has been turned into a joke. Or when you hear the white label say woke culture, they try to do it as something that is bad coming from the conservatives or something like that when it got really misplaced or miss what black people was doing, and now you got black people running around making jokes of woke culture, not even knowing that you're making jokes of your own things that you started. So sometimes I get offended when I hear the word woke culture, because the whole point and the whole principle of the beginning of the woke movement was something totally different from what it is now today. It was something for black people to become more conscious and self-aware of their self-being and things. And I think from so much of the scam artists and the fraudulent things that's happened over the years, that it's became a joke and has allowed white people to capitalize and throw every other group that they want to throw into woke culture, just to clown it and shit like that. So that's just my thoughts on the
Yeah,
beginning of it.
yeah, that's 100% true. Like that's what woke culture was started for. Woke culture was started for us to figure out who we were and to know our history. Today they lumping in woke culture with all type of LGBTQ rights and um all these immigration rights and things like that, but that those type of things is not a part of woke culture. Woke culture was started with us as black people to find out who we were and to find out the history of the missing 150 years between the 1492 and 1619,
It's,
because
yeah.
people just act like that part of history is just gone. And so that's where the woke culture things come from, the 1619 project. And then we are trying to figure out what was going on between 1492 and 1619. And then from 1619 to 1865, everybody
Mm-hmm.
knows that was slavery during them times. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
after the Civil War was over in 1865, we had to face another 100 years of the Jim Crow South up to
Right, so, yeah.
1965. So that's all we want to know. So for us to be called woke is a I think that's a crazy term to be called woke when you just want to know about what went on in this country and about your history throughout those 400 years.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. And they always turn something that we do into something negative. If it's a bunch of white people and Asians running around talking about they woke, trying to find themselves, they'd have been celebrated and shit like that. But when we do something, it's a problem now, and it becomes something negative. Oh, them niggas trying to get woke. We gotta make a way for it to be negative now. You can't be woke, can't be black and woke and want to have some self knowledge or some self pride and shit like that. That's one of the worst things. If you black and want to learn and be smart and be an individual of having intelligence and be seen as that, now you become a threat. Yeah, you know what I mean. You got to stay. Yeah, Black lives matter too is another thing that all Black lives matter don't matter to all Black lives. No, they really shift
That's what I'm
their
about to
whole
say. Like,
they really shift their whole movement towards the LGBTQ community now and things like that. Not trying to down that community, but it's not even all Black Lives Matter
not at
now.
all.
If you're not a black transgender or something like that now, so that's even, you got to watch what you say even with that, and shit, you can't even
And that was
support.
another movement, and that's another movement that's out here really killing the black movement, because the Black Lives Matter is not the same as like a white racist hate group, but Black
Mhm.
Lives Matter only show up when it's some type of racist thing going on or some type of race matter or something going on. So BLM, whenever I be seeing people on the internet be like, oh, you ain't nothing, you just a part of BLM. Listen, I ain't got nothing to do with BLM. Like BLM is bullshit. Like if you gonna
Yeah.
really be there for us and you really care about Black Lives Matter, get your ass out here in these streets and hit the ground running with us in everyday life in these neighborhoods where these kids is doing a bunch of wild shit, shooting up blocks and going crazy. Like I want to see y'all people marching through our neighborhoods the same way y'all going out there for these no king rallies and all these things. Like y'all need to come to our neighborhoods, and we need to have these rallies in the neighborhood out there so we can find a way to stop from our youth and people of killing each other and just creating straight chaos in our neighborhoods and things today.
Like they be so like I say, so quick to support these white liberal agendas or they white Republican conservative agendas before they get their black asses out there and support black agendas and things like that. That's always the fucking problem with these people. You know, they'll support a white liberal movement before they even know what's going on in the community and shit like that. Because they want to go feed all the homeless. Ain't nothing wrong with feeding all the homeless and giving transgenders dudes tampons for free. I guess that's what they want to do. But shit, take care of some black problems first. The fuck, man. Like, yo, go
That's what
take
I'm
your ass.
saying, man. Like,
Go.
that's what I'm saying. Like they lumping all those things in with our culture. Like all those things is not a part of our culture. Those
Hmm.
people, like, we don't have a problem with none of those people, but that's they fight. That's they thing
Hmm.
over there. Like I don't have to lump all that in
Like
with
niggas
black.
don't care about homeless because we always one paycheck away from being homeless, so we gonna figure it out. I mean, if a nigga homeless, we like, yeah, that nigga gonna get it together. So that ain't really one of our biggest things. And then all the stupid shit, like they'll go crazy. Then niggas don't never ask, yo, what we are out here protesting or marching for. You don't even know. You just know your white liberal constituents say, hey, we got to do this. We got to set a rally. Let's go.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what happened with this woke culture today. This
Hmm.
woke culture shit is all made up of this white liberalism, and
Hmm.
that's the problem today. Like us as black people, like I don't have a problem with those people. I know some of them people is trying to help out and things like that,
Hmm.
but sometimes they take it a little too far, and they always want to lump they whatever they protesting in
Hmm.
with whatever we got going on, and that's not how this shit should work.
Motherfuckers want you to caring about feeding the giraffes and shit like that, and you can't even feed your own children. Man.
Nigga said Chris nigga said giving trans tampons your Christian.
That's one of their fights, man. That's a real that's a true fight. What the white liberals want to do, they want every young trans boy to have tampons available to him when he go to the bathroom. For what reason, I don't know, but that's just I don't.
I don't
You
get it
don't
because what are they using it for? What
you
are they
don't
trying to
even need a
prove?
tampon as you're a male, regardless. I guess, but yeah, that's a real argument that they having.
Yes, yes, cheese, definitely. Malcolm X definitely warned about the white liberals.
Niggas-
Definitely, he definitely did.
they come out with their hands out, your best friend, and then tell you they woke with you, and then they gonna be stabbing you right in the back of your neck for your land and shit like that. Yeah,
But she
they
said,
got too
well, let me get up
realistic.
there. Yeah, that shit is crazy, man. What she said, they know we are ready to jump on the front line. That's why they invite us. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
exactly why.
we was ready to jump on the front line. Like the woke movement had a good start up. Y'all remember when they started? They was doing it. You know, all them side net of TV niggas and all them niggas from Harlem with that Black conscious movement, and that shit was
Mhm.
started being strong. It started having a strong appeal, but with reason it started fucking up because niggas like Dr. Umar, people like Tariq Nasheed, that was scamming people and defrauding the community. You know, you go to Harlem, everybody want to sell you a book or some shit like that or a DVD about something. That niggas was just scamming, and then it become a joke. And then look at the people. That's why the white people was able to say the woke movement clowning because they really clowning motherfuckers like Dr. Umar and all that. Ask yourself, when have he ever been on CNN or Fox News to actually do a real debate or something with some substance? They don't take him serious. Any of those black conscious people. So that was, he been on the Breakfast Club, but they clown the Breakfast Club and shit like that. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that shit ain't that's not our culture. Like all them dudes that go
mhm.
on them shows and all that, them niggas is taking the money for that shit. Like they ain't really stepping up for us no more. And you already see people like Umar. Like you done took all that money from people, all this Cash App, all this Apple Pay donations to start up a school and shit that nobody's seen. Like this
Yeah.
shit gotta go. Like that's exactly and you 100% right. This is exactly why people are clowning whenever you hear the word woke culture and shit, people start to
Mhm.
clowning and all that. Because we looking at guys like Umar, you looking at even guys like fucking my son and them niggas. Like my son, I thought he was down for the culture for real and all that. Then you see them
Yeah,
motherfuckers on they little rallies and all that. Kings don't kill
Tamika
kings and them
Marlboro, you got a
niggas.
whole you against Trump, but you got a whole Cadillac commercial. Them niggas is just as worse as Trump. You that's the government too. GM, that's GM. They ain't no different.
You see what she said down there? We know how it feels to be outcast. That's why we accept everyone.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
But the woke movement wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be something strictly for black people. You know, you ain't we ain't gotta set people on certain journeys. This a journey we had to take for ourselves and shit like that. You know, I think a white man, can't really relate to me searching for Black history. What are you gonna tell me? Hey, bud. Yeah, yeah. I want to be an Egyptian just like you or something. Like I don't see the why we need to accept people on everything, especially with that movement when we was trying to go with that and
Yeah,
shit like
definitely.
that.
100%. Dr. Umar is a fucking fraud. Is a fucking super fraud. His own daughter put him on blast. Yeah, hell yeah. We know that about his ass already, VI. Definitely. That's why I said Umar is a fucking clown. Like, that nigga gotta go, man. Like, nobody should take his word on nothing. All that saying shit 3 times and getting all excited. Nobody want to hear that shit no more,
Yeah, yeah.
Umar. Like I said, I was one of his supporters back in the day until I start seeing shit moving funny and all that. And I'm like, nah, he gotta
As
go. He
I said,
started taking
I
all this
supported them.
yeah, like like I was one of his supporters too, man. I like I tell people, people be laughing and all that, man. I sent that nigga $5, man. I want my $5 back, Umar.
Want
Word
to
to mother, I
support
want
that
my
nigga at a
$5 back.
show and all that. Want to watch, get, but that's we
Word
learn,
to
we
mother.
live and we learn. He had
That's
a
it. You gotta
strong he had a strong following, had a strong thing going, but that's when I that's why I said people like that, they done made it bad for the community and shit like that. And then you got the super rich millionaires telling the kids, be individuals and don't look out for your friends and shit like that. That's not being woke and cool and things like that. And shit like that, you can't take everybody with you, but that's how somebody else supposed to get. If LeBron would have left Rich Paul and them niggas down, where would they be at in their lives? So sometimes you got to look at examples like that. Also, LeBron brought 5 of his friends with him that's very successful and things like that. So you got to. It's always examples of the good and the bad, and they just always outweigh the bad over the good. So look at LeBron James with his niggas, Maverick Carter, Rich Paul, all of them and shit. They all look over his businesses, things like that. So went to school, learned the games and shit like that. Now they their own businessmen and CEOs. So it's always good examples of you know.
It is definitely. What she said. I'm not saying we need to accept everyone. I'm saying we are easy targets due to our vulnerability and trauma.
Mhm. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, now I see. Yeah, like I always say, the black hustle became the new struggle. You tell some niggas I could teach you generational wealth. We don't know nothing about finances anyway, so we gonna believe it. We gonna pay $50 a month for some shit we could have researched ourselves and got nowhere for us paying somebody $50 a month and get nowhere. Could have been the same results for free.
Believe everything on face value. Yeah, we can't take everything at face value. Definitely. And don't get caught up in that shit because it's a damn black face on it. Make sure you do your research before you get caught up
Yeah.
in that shit. Don't just go and take these people word for it because we get scammed by our own people as well as the outside people too.
Mhm.
So before you start before you start before you start getting involved with any organization or you going out there protesting things and all that, make sure you're doing your research on it first too. Definitely don't take nothing off of face value.
Yeah, because you do it with the white organizations. So I mean, that's a good thing. You do it with all them other organizations, but the niggas get you because you like. a, a apparently, or what they say, supposedly DJ Envy and them niggas had a Rico, going on with the real estate and shit like that and everything. Well, his man indicted, so allegedly, is everybody's innocent until proven guilty, but he did get indicted for Rico fraud. I mean, for real estate fraud and shit like that. And that's another thing right there. Black people see something, then you see a celebrity tag they name on it, and you be like, "Oh, this DJ Envy. We see him on the Breakfast Club, always talking about real estate and prosperity. Oh, he got this shit. A motherfucker take their last 10, 15,000. Let me throw it in here because we think we about to get 100, 200,000 flip real quick." And then you fuck around, you didn't take all your last 10, 15,000, and now you ain't got nothing, and you ain't getting nothing coming back because the shit is not even wasn't even assured by the government in the first place, by the FTC or whatever, that federal insurance thing, because it was fake in the first place. So first, your money ain't even coming back because it wasn't really insured by the right people, and then second, you fucked out of your life savings if you had a little bit of money just because a celebrity put their name on it and told you to believe in him, believe in his word, and now you out here just because they was black. Now you out here done, not doing research. Let me search up some other people and ask them, yo, did you get any returns back? How you doing with this and all that? That's what you supposed to do. You put, yo, man, who your other investors? What's your other clients you got who working for you? Can I call them, talk to them? Let me see your portfolios, do you? Let me see your books and shit like that. If I'm invest in my money, I got to see what your money looking like, your real books and shit like that. But
Oh yeah, definitely. What you saying? Do you feel like we can't have anything to ourselves? We really don't have a safe space anymore.
yeah, that's what I just said. If black people get something started, some other people gonna come and try to claim it and take over the shit. See what they doing with rap music and R&B right now. Shit.
Yeah, so yeah, we ain't got nothing left. There ain't no safe space really for us out here, man. Like
Hmm.
I don't know where we like. And anytime we try to like you just said, anytime we try to create a safe space, somebody got to come over there and fuck with us. So we can't
Hmm.
really have a safe space. Like it makes people nervous anytime they see us having fun or we all get together and nobody getting shot or hurt or none of that. It make the people nervous. So it's hard for us to have a safe space out here and things today.
Yeah, it's really crazy what Shaw said. What Ria said.
So these devils is wicked.
Yeah,
Yeah, them
man.
motherfuckers trying to have a piece of everything. Y'all already know how they gonna play, man. It's hard for us to have any type of space, even like just like I always say all the time. All we want is equality. We don't want
Hmm.
we don't want more than these people. We don't want to hurt these people. We don't want to hang y'all. We don't want to beat y'all. All we want to be is left alone and let us do and let the black people do what we do. And that's it, man. Like we don't want to be a part of y'all things. We don't want to be with the establishment. We want to have our own table. We don't want to have seats at these people
Yeah,
tables.
that's what I'm saying. Get our own table, create our own table. It's 40 million of us in this country. We can have our own party. You can make some shit move with 40 million votes. If you got 40 million votes on your own, you can make some shit move. You know how hard that it's hard to beat that 40 million people. You get another 10 million here, 10 million there. It's hard to beat that 60, 70 million votes. But we don't think like that. You give them 40 million votes to the Democratic Party. Well, you give 38 million to the Democrats and another 2 billion to the Republicans. And some niggas
I
up in there.
Yeah, I
Some
don't know
niggas
what.
up in there independent.
But that's one thing though. Don't give their votes to the. I don't know. They need to get rid of both of them fucking parties though. I don't believe neither one of them parties deserve nobody votes, especially after this shit that these people been through the last 7 weeks. Hold on, what do you? I'm about to bring it up there now. I believe sports is the space we get equally.
But that's like another form of just high paid slavery, man. How they do that shit,
Yeah,
man.
that's it.
They
Yeah,
send niggas to the combine. They want to look at your body, measuring your measurements and all that shit. See how fast you run, how high you could jump, boy. Yeah, we gonna pay you 100 million, but it's just another form of high paid slavery to me. I wouldn't say it that way, like it's as harsh, but athletes, the shit that they put their bodies through and all that and everything, just to entertain us, to give us the amenities of life, and so we won't be out this bitch crazy and just reading books and shit like that is huge. And then that's why they get paid the money they get paid, because of the is the distraction that it is to real
yeah.
life,
That's
like that.
about to
Like
say the real
sports, yeah, sports, a football game or a basketball game take you away from reality of dealing with bullshit for that 3 4 hours, watching that athletic contest, watching men put their bodies through the most physical is, things that's pushing the body to the limits, that's you getting the maximum potential out of it. That's why they paid them the way they paid them, and shit is one of the biggest distractions for us to have be entertained from dealing with natural life. Some people say, oh, it's a bad thing you're always worrying about sports. Nah, it's not a bad thing if you got that little distraction in your life. Like I said, we need some type of enjoyment. That's the closest thing we can get to seeing a person. Just think of a NBA player career, watching Mike go through the Pistons and getting through that adversity, and watching LeBron through his career get through different adversities, or Kobe or somebody like that. That's like the closest motherfuckers get to being on the streets of being up and then getting down, or having all the work. You the man one summer and then the next summer you not the man. Then you got to get that shit back. That's why we relate so much to athletes, because that's the closest thing you get to that. Jordan going through the Pistons is like a nigga going through a cold winter with that G pack, trying to get to the, trying to get to that money, and trying to win. That's the same as watching Mike, go through the Pistons, get knocked down, and then finally achieve the mountaintop. Not saying
yeah,
glorifying drug dealers, because not all of them reach the mountaintop, but that's why so much of us relate to sports. It takes you away from everyday things. That's why I don't I don't try to say, oh, tell people, oh, you always get distracted. It's just a distraction, because I know it's a distraction, but I think it's a good distraction in a certain way. If you could take your mind off of certain things for that 3 4 hours of watching that contest, why not? You know, because when
definitely. Hell
reality
yeah.
hits your ass back, shit.
Said, all right. When we did, they gave us drugs, weapons, gave a few power to make the other ones jealous, and then burn down what was left. That happened a lot throughout history, though. Yeah, that's a lot of that shit happened throughout history like that. If you're gonna go back
Yeah,
in
that's
history
just a
time,
tactic. Yeah, that's
you
just a
know,
tactic they used, not just on black people. They used it to every land they invaded. They just used that type of tactic, turned the natives against each other, and started civil wars, and brought came as what they fuck they call it, with a Christian, with a religion. I forgot what they call it. Came as them to these lands like Hawaii and places like Japan and shit like that, and everything. You go look up, you be like, damn, I didn't know Japan had these many Christians, or Hawaii had this many Christians and stuff. I forgot what they
mhm,
called protagonists or whatever, that, when the pilgrims, when they was traveling around the world and shit. So that's how they came. They came to these lands with certain things and certain cultures and certain spices or certain weapons, and turned the different people against each other and shit like that.
yeah, that's yeah. Let me see. We said Black Wall Street showed us we can't really have nothing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a great example. Black Wall Street, but we had other towns. You had towns down here in Wilmington. You had Rosewood, Florida. You had places up in Ohio. So you had all different kind of towns throughout America, throughout history that black people started and was thriving in. And like you said, these devils came down here in these towns and they just washed away all the towns that we were starting
Turtle
in the.
Island. They don't talk about Turtle Island.
Oh yeah, they definitely don't talk about that. Let me see what she said.
That's
That's
my
why Emmett
anime.
is so popular right now. The characters and stories are more reliable than tradition cartoons.
Yeah,
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know too
hell yeah.
much about that. I don't
I
watch
don't
too
know,
much
I
anime.
don't know a lot about, like, I watch Dragon Ball Z and shit, but
I
I
watch
don't.
like Attack on Titan. That's my shit. Like that's like
Oh
shit.
yeah,
Like
yeah. See, I don't watch a lot of that shit, but yeah,
Solo
I hear a lot of
Leveling.
people talk about the anime
Yeah.
cartoons and shit like that. But I mean the anime cartoons, but I don't really get into too much of the anime cartoons though. All I like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm just a fan of Dragon Ball Z though.
Like I'm an old school. I watch like Ninja Scroll or Arbitex or something like that. Some shit that's old school, but like the new animes. I fuck with like I said, Attack on Titan or Solo Leveling, but ever than that, that's about it.
What are some positives that you appreciate about the original woke culture?
Like I was
What are
saying,
some?
it was getting people back in tune being black. We was prideful of being black. When that movement started, everybody was so woke and happy to be sharing what they finding out about each other. That was so great, just the knowledge that was being spreaded and things like that, and people just getting back in tune with being black and happy to be black prideful and things like that. I think we just need to get back to that. That's one of the things I loved about the original woke culture.
Yeah, that's I'm about to say. Damn, that's one of, yeah, like one of the original things. Us teachings about our history and about our about us being black people and things like that. Like that was the original thing of the woke culture. But this shit that's going on now, I don't know what that is right there. So that's why it's being made fun of from all these different type of people and things out here today. But that's the only thing that I really miss about it. Just like Chris said, is about us teachings about ourselves and us getting back to our history and things like that, not his story.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Drugs, weapons destroyed our communities. Yeah,
Mhm.
hell yeah. They already know the crack epidemic in the 1980s fucked up the black
Yeah,
community bad. But it really started in the 70s with the heroin and shit too. But then the 80s just went got nasty in the 80s though. Like, and then they didn't care about our people. They wasn't worrying about putting our people in clinics and taking them to homes and trying to get them treatment. They was putting their ass in prison. They didn't give a shit. They was letting them die on the street or putting their ass in prison. So
yeah,
they
and
ain't
then
care
they talk
about
about the gun violence. Like these young boys is not making these automatic military weapons or making switches. They ass then go in the lab and say, "Oh, let me make a switch for a Glock," like and then start selling them and all that. Where the fuck is all these big high power rifles and guns coming from, and all these switches coming from? They just suddenly just showing up on the streets. Like that's what I when that's one in my head. I'm like, where the fuck all these switches coming from if Glock don't make them? Because the actual gun company Glock don't make switches. That's not something you can buy for a Glock.
yeah,
That's not an actual accessory for a Glock. The Glock switches is something that's being made from the black market. Getting shit, you can get you a 3D printer and fucking make a switch. So that's what I'm saying. Like, where is these shits coming from and all that? That's why I be believing these conspiracies when they say niggas be dropping off big ass box trucks full of military automatic weapons in the hood and shit like that. Cause ain't no way a kid got the same shit that a soldier got. They got a whole
yeah,
gun
I
that a
don't
U.S. military soldier got, that a Marine got. How the fuck you got the same type of weapon, ARPs and all this type of shit and everything? I know they sell them, but the fully automatic shit, that's military shit. So it's crazy. It's
That's
it's
what I don't understand. Like, y'all saying like the neighborhoods is poor and shit, but these motherfuckers walking around with guns that's cost more than people renting shit and all that.
Mhm.
How they getting all these guns into Chicago and into all these cities in Atlanta or wherever they say all this violence is happening at,
Mhm.
Mississippi, Louisiana? How is these motherfucking poor people getting all these damn guns in there?
Yeah, these niggas got guns that cost more than they rent, but they poor and shit like that. Come on, like so that's what I
Mentally
don't.
blind. They don't understand. I be saying mentally, not physically. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, you are
everybody woke, but they sleeping at the same fucking time, man.
same fucking time. Yeah. He said, I heard them stories of the government dropping crates and stashes of guns in the hood.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. You know, you hear always hear the conspiracies about that.
Yeah, I seen videos in Chicago with them
Mhm.
motherfuckers running up on the trains and grabbing crates full of guns and shit. But
Hundreds.
how
But
much of
how
the
is you
truth is
allowed to do that
that?
though?
How you
That's
allowed
like,
to
come
do that
on,
though? Ain't
how
nobody
you?
around that shit guarding it. Nobody guarding the guns
Come
or none of
on,
that.
man.
Crates full
Come
of
on,
guns is just being missing.
come on now. Come on now. Nobody guarding this shit. They guard everything to the fucking T, but they ain't guarding the guns. Come on, man. Come on, son. Yeah, you can bullshit.
Yeah, that shit is crazy, yo.
Yeah, there's some truth to the purge, man. Them niggas, they know what they out here doing. They pitting them guns right in the hood. Yeah, they gonna go and get these shits and do something. Like the way they like, man, come on, man. You
That
got a
shit is crazy.
gun that shoot
Man, that shit
that
is
shoot
crazy.
that shoots 60 rounds per second. Where? Where the fuck you get some shit like that from? That's some shit. That's would you need to kill somebody like that with a gun? Would man, Nelly? You know you shoot gun. What are you gonna do with 60 rounds per second? What are you gonna be left of somebody like
You don't even need
that?
that many rounds. Like, what are you trying to do?
That hit a human being, they done. That's why these young boys is dying quickly. Like they niggas ain't surviving gunshot wounds like they did back in the day. Shit, you get 50 got shot 9 times today. It wouldn't be no 50. You know? I'm just saying. And that shit, the shit they hitting people with is different.
Hmm.
The bullets, the hollow tips, all type of shit. You
I'm
know,
about to say all type of different kind of bullets and all that nowadays. Like, so
and hollow tips is legal. That's they rather you shoot a motherfucker with a hollow than a regular bullet. They say because regular bullets go through and through. They might keep coming at you. You hit them with a hollow, it's good for self defense. They gonna drop immediately with a hollow tip. So. You know, it's good for self defense. That's the shit that's crazy. That when you start learning about guns and getting your LTC and shit like that, yeah, hollow tips are the preferred bullet. They not even illegal. Shit, they the
mm,
ones they want you to use to shoot a motherfucker.
yeah, cause them ball tips will keep going. You hit a nigga with
Mm-hmm.
that shit go through a nigga leg and keep going down the block somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Nah, I ain't even hear about a coach that got a head tap. Shh. They
You
got a head
said?
tap. They got a head tap
Coach
or a head
got
top. Yeah.
a head tap. Where that
A
happened
head
at, Via?
tap.
Now I ain't even hear about that. Where the coach got a head tap. That's crazy right there. Niggas done shot the coach in the head for
Y'all
what?
shooting the coaches, y'all crazy. Now y'all taking it
That
too
shit
far.
sound crazy right there.
You
Yeah, that's
should
some
play sports if
right
you
there.
go. If a nigga can't
Yeah,
discipline
you
you
don't
on the
expect
on the
kids
court or
out there, none
something,
of that type of shit.
yeah, we ain't gonna even. Nah, we ain't gonna start shooting coaches and niggas that's like close to your father. That's the closest thing you get to a pops as a coach, and you shoot him in the head. Nah, we ain't gonna even support that one. That's fucked up. Nah, that's real fucked up.
Hell, we ain't doing that shit. That's fucked up right there. Hell no.
Nigga, coaches put they self, man, that's fucked up. They take their time and just to be a coach. I mean, you got some fucked up coaches out there, but nah, that's fucked up, man.
John Beam. Nah, I ain't even hear about John Beam. Nah, I ain't even hear about that shit, Vi. Yeah, that's crazy, right? I
I
ain't hear
gotta
about
go
no
look
coach
at
getting
that.
shot in the head. That's I gotta look at that one.
Taj, do your research. You say shit, man.
Yeah, cause
Taj,
I ain't
man,
never
let us know about that. We ain't know about that one, John Bean. That's crazy, man. Tell us what we missing, though.
got shot in
Gotcha.
Oak.
Yeah, Tasha about to research it for us. So.
Yeah, that's a crazy right there though. But yeah,
You know
hell
how
no.
Shannon Sharp and them be calling out their research person. Yeah, Tosh, I need that John Bean. Let us know about
We
that.
need a little bit of information on John Bean.
Mhm.
Mhm. I said
That's
we have
crazy.
one more of them joints though before we get up out of
Yeah.
there. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah, Tosh, my researcher.
Ah,
He said, okay, Tosh, your researcher. Yeah.
all right. Oh yeah, Oakland celebrated former football coach John Bean was featured in the Netflix series Last Chance U that showcases success.
And see, I never watched Last Chance You.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, me neither. I never watched that, but he got shot on the campus. Yeah, he got shot on the campus in Oakland out there.
Damn.
Yeah, that
He
shit is crazy,
survived.
right? Nah, he ain't survived. Nah, they killed him. Yeah, he was the football coach out there at one of the schools in
One of the
Oakland. He got
kids shot him, or
yeah, but it was in some gambling shit too. He was into some gambling type shit too, though.
oh, let's see, damn, John Bean, fuck you was doing, man? Last chance, you, shit, you was trying to give niggas a last chance. Got your ass.
They have a suspect on there too. Yep.
Damn. Now I gotta go watch Last Chance shit because I never watched this shit, you know.
He was at Lane. He at Laney College out in
And
Oakland.
Lane,
Mhm.
mm-mm-mm.
He just damn. He just got killed. The other day, November 14th. That was today. Damn. Right? Ain't that today?
Mm. That's today. Yeah, November
November
14th today.
Damn,
Damn.
that's crazy, yo. Niggas out here shooting the coaches and shit, man. I
Why I ain't
wonder
get
why.
no ESPN thing about that or the, that probably wasn't big news or something like that. I
No,
don't
I
know.
guess it ain't big news to they ass. Then I guess not. You know how the media do though. They leave shit to the local people sometimes.
Yeah, damn, they blew that nigga head off like that, man. There had to be some type of news. VI know about that shit way in New York.
Yeah, I'm about to say yeah, cause I ain't even hear nothing about that all day today.
That's crazy. Damn, man, we gonna have an update on that on Saturday. We definitely gonna
Yeah,
dive more
tomorrow
into
for that
that.
one. Definitely I'm gonna look at that shit
Oh,
though.
it
Oh,
was on ESPN.
yeah.
All right,
Oh no,
so all right. Long as ESPN covered it, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, all right.
I
Now I'm
got
saying
one.
I probably just got to check my ESPN feed. I ain't. That's why I said I ain't see nothing, but I ain't checked my ESPN feed.
Got it. All right,
Yeah, but
just
we'll
tomorrow.
do some more update on Saturday. You could get into the
Yeah,
next.
tomorrow night. We're gonna get into it tomorrow night. We're gonna get a little update on that.
Mhm.
Um, is college worth it anymore, or just an expensive tradition?
Nah, college ain't. I mean, I won't never try to discourage a child from going to college, but if you want to do certain things, you don't have to go to college. You can go to high school and then go get a trade or a certificate and shit like for real estate and things like that. So, but I would never discourage someone from going to college. But if you want to go learn about different cultures and different nationalities, because you might meet some foreigners from Europe or a different place and see how different cultures and how diversified college is. But as far as finances and this economy, I'll say, nah, it's not worth it anymore to go to the average college right now. Tuition for a semester or probably for the year is probably 25 to 30,000 for your regular, probably just, I'm just saying, a SUNY New York school or something like that, or regular Texas State school or something like that is probably 25,000 for both semesters. And then you talking about major universities like, like the Dukes and the North Carolinas and the Texas and all that. That's 40, 50, 60,000 a year. So 4 years, let's do the math. You accumulate 150,000, if you ain't got a scholarship or your parents can't pay for that, financial aid pay for that, you're gonna be paying that off. You gotta go get a job, you know, that you're gonna pay that off for 20 years. You're gonna be paying financial aid and shit like that. So nah, it's not worth it to me financially. But like I said, I'll never discourage a kid from trying to go find out about different cultures and things like that. But if it's certain things that you could do if you want to get into them with certificates and things like that, or you get a
I'm
trade.
about to say the same thing. Yeah, just like Tosh said, to each his own, to each his own. But I want them to know there are other options. Yes, I'm about to say definitely. Like you have to let your kids know that there's other options as well because everybody don't have the money to pay for college. Like college is not cheap today. Like I believe that's one of my views. I believe if a person coming from a certain area, yeah, you should offer them some type of free college or something like that. But if the people out there that can afford to pay for it, then all by all means go ahead and go to college. But everybody don't have those same opportunities, and you have to definitely let your people know that they can go to some type of trade school or anything to be
Mhm.
successful in life. You don't always have to go to college. And
You
like
get
I
your
know
CDL and make the same
idea.
type of money that that people with bachelor degrees make and shit,
Mhm.
driving trucks and
Definitely.
all
Hell
that.
yeah.
So
Yep. Definitely on that. What he said, what she said. It depends on what you're going to college for. I think trade schools are better and give you more room to make money while you learn.
yeah,
Hell
if you want
yeah.
to be a
Yeah, you want to
doctor,
be
a
a doctor.
lawyer, like if you want to be a doctor, lawyer, yeah, you would know you got to take your ass
You gotta go to
to
college for that.
college.
Trust me.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
go to
yeah. You know,
college.
if you want to
For
fly
that.
Yeah.
planes or some shit like that, you might want to go to
You
college
gotta
or
go to
some
the
shit.
college and the military for flying
Yeah,
planes and shit
yeah,
like that.
like that. But yeah, like certain shit, you don't gotta go to college for everything and shit like that. Engineering and all that, they just getting y'all money, man. They don't need that many engineers. So why you think all these niggas with these engineering degrees be working right next to you? Yeah, nigga be like, yeah, I have a degree in engineering. Damn, you working right next to me, my nigga. Fuck.
Right, I'm about to say right next to me doing all that shit. But he said we need to teach our kids to be bosses instead of going to college and work for someone else. But I understand that point, Vi. But everybody is not gonna be a boss, and I definitely want to encourage people just to be successful in life. Like
Everybody
everybody
not to
is
get to
not
be a
gonna take
billionaire, you know.
chance, and everybody is not going to take that chance because majority of the people is afraid of failure. So we have to teach our children how to get a trade or something. And if you teaching your kid how to get a trade or they going to trade school or something like that, they can definitely be their own boss because when you learning a trade, that's being the boss for life anyway. If you learn how to be an electrician, you don't have to go and get a job for nobody. You could just go pass out your own business cards and go around, print up your own flyers the same way you will go out there and work 8 to 10 hours for somebody else. You could go out there and work 8 to 10 hours for yourself, and you can make your own living.
Do you feel the same way about the military? I don't know, man. The military is that's a tricky subject because you always hear black men say it
I think
ain't
the
no place
military,
in the for
yeah,
the
ain't no place.
military,
Yeah,
black
definitely ain't no
man in
place
the
for a black
military.
man in a white man's army.
Yeah,
But
white
yeah,
man.
the military to me, anybody that's black and they going in the military, make sure you take that shit for a hustle, man, because
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
absolutely.
what
Yeah,
most
that's
of the
what
niggas
most
do.
you could be the man overseas somewhere, but when you bring your black ass back to the American soil, they gonna show you all that soldier shit don't mean nothing. If you ain't walking around in your uniform all day, they don't give a shit about your black ass.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
even
so
with the
even with
uniform,
the unit,
the cops did the nigga in his uniform.
Right, I'm about to say, even sometime with the uniform on.
So yeah, that's just like yeah, I don't know, man. The military's yeah. You're gonna go there for the bread, then you don't even get the bread, you're gonna be mad. That's what you really gonna be mad when you get there and find out you ain't getting that money when you at one time. You know, it's really gonna be like fuck this shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep, facts. You can't even get a job. Yeah, you can't get no job. You leave out the military and shit.
Oh
Some of
yeah.
them
Nigga,
be out on the street, they
you get
homeless
a
and all.
dishonorable discharge, that's like having a felony. You about just
Yeah, your
bitch.
ass over with. You ain't getting no federal job. Then the state people want to look at you funny. So a lot of
Walmart
them,
not even gonna hire you with a
a lot of them be
dishonorable
going to the
discharge.
damn
That's it.
downfall after they leave the military if they don't be serving them damn 20 years and shit.
I think that should follow you like a fucking felony. That dishonorable shit. Any your military record follow you like your military record follow you like a criminal record. So yeah, be careful if you do go to the military. You better finish that bitch. Better do your 4 years and get out or whatever.
He said half my family was in the
Yeah, that's
military.
what I was about to say too. Cause
My was in
my
and
cousin
had
was in the Air Force for 20 years, and he did pretty good for himself. He retired like before the age of 40 or at the age of 40, and doing real good. And he could go get a second career while getting the full pension from his first 20 years in the military in his life with full benefits. And if anybody know, that's like 7, 8, 10,000 a month on top of getting a job. And so he good right now. So yeah, that's the Air Force though. That wasn't the Army or the
yeah.
Marines. Take if your ass black, you better go to the Air Force or the Navy and get something good. Or don't go to the Air Force and the Marines where they trying to put you on infantry or brainwash you and shit like that. Yeah, he was in the
Mm.
Air Force. Yeah, something totally different.
That's another form you could go to college through them too, though. If you want to go to college too, though, you could go to the military.
Yeah, you
The
buy a
military
house, buy a
definitely costs.
car. Yeah,
Yeah. So
but
that's another way of paying for college. If you don't have the funds and you want to get to college, you could definitely use the military. You go there for about a good 4 years, get you a good scholarship.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, shout out, yeah, the Navy and the Air Force. I'll say the Navy and the Air Force. Fuck with them. If you do decide to go to the military, don't take your ass to the Army or the Marines. Don't do boots on ground. Hell no.
Hell no, definitely don't do no boots on the ground shit. Hell no. Oh shit.
Don't do no boots on ground. Take your ass to something, man.
If you're doing if you're doing for the hustle, that's good. But believe in America is crazy, and believe you fighting for freedom is diabolical. Yes,
Yeah,
you.
man, that is diabolical because you fighting for their form of freedom.
I was about to say because how the hell are you fighting for our freedoms thousands of miles across the sea, and you see the shit that's going on today here in America?
Yeah,
So that's the biggest lie. With that be all you can be, and they fighting for our freedoms. They get up every day and they trying to defend our nation. Y'all not defending our nation. Our nation is falling apart every day. Why y'all cross seas, fucking dropping bombs on people? You blowing up boats in the damn Caribbean Sea and all this. Our land is falling apart. So all that be all you could be, and they fighting to defend our nation. That shit is bullshit.
yeah, yeah, man. That shit is senseless.
Do it for the perks. Hell yeah, do it for the perks. Money,
Boots
the
on the
money, the
ground,
health
stuck around
care.
your helmet, left on a stick.
Do that
Uh,
shit for the perks.
what you say?
We ain't talking about the pills either.
Boots on the ground and fuck around your helmet, left on a stick. Dude. Hell yeah,
Don't
man.
do that shit. Don't be on no boots on no ground, man.
Yeah, that's what I said. Don't do boots on the
You
ground.
want
That
to
shit
go
is
to
crazy.
the military without actually joining like special. Well, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Damn,
yeah.
I had a homeboy who was just into that. He was just telling me about that too.
Or if
I
you're
got a
gonna do Army of
homeboy.
Engineer shit like that, like the Army of Engineer Corps or something like that, some shit like that. Doing some
Oh, you
shit
better
like
go to the what's the other one? The motherfucking Coast Guard or some shit
the
like that.
Coast Guard. Yeah, the
Coast
Coast
Guard,
Guard. They
Navy
get yeah,
Guard, or
yeah.
something like that. But
National. Well, not
don't
even the National Guard. They do that. I ain't fucking.
you
That's
ain't fucking with the National Guard. The National
nah. That's
Guard, I think they got it the easiest though. They the only ones who home and
mm-hmm.
they ain't got to be
But yeah, the
abroad and
Coast
shit.
Guard be chilling though. I just can't.
Yeah,
I ain't diving in the middle of the hurricane and shit like that.
that's
But
what
you
I'm
can.
saying. That's why I ain't fucking with no Coast Guard. I ain't jumping in the middle of no oceans or none of that shit. I'm good. Hell no, I ain't jumping in nobody's
Yeah, yeah,
ocean.
that's why I say like the mechanics
I'm
or the
worried
Army
about
Corps
what
of
the Navy knows.
Engineers. The Army Corps of Engineers, where they like them niggas like the scientists and shit like that and
Mm,
everything. But yeah, if you ain't going there for nothing special like that, West Point, if you're going to West Point, but some shit like that.
that goes for
Ain't too
most
many.
jobs. How many guys' jobs know your mission statement? I don't know that shit. You're right. I don't know no mission statement for my job. So you're right. Most jobs is like that. You just go out there and work them, and
That's
it's
how they
all for the
fucking
money.
run.
It's all for the
That's how Amazon is.
yeah.
Smell
That
like
shit is a hustling gig.
Amazon.
That's it.
Hmm?
No, you were saying that's how they do it. Amazon.
Yeah, they got a lot of military people on Amazon. You know how Amazon, man. It's
Yeah,
all
hell yeah.
about.
They got a lot of them who own them DSPs and shit too.
Mhm.
A lot of them dudes is retired military people.
Yeah, VIO. They gonna start a RICO on you.
I mean, she said, what she say? Oh, y'all working for perks?
Right.
Hell yeah. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I don't know what kind of perks that is. I hope it ain't the pills. We ain't working for
Mhm.
that shit. Nah, we ain't
I
working
don't
for.
know.
We working for different kind of perks, man. We ain't working for that kind of perk. Hell yeah, but like I was saying earlier, man, going to college, going to college and shit, man. If you got the funds for it, by all means necessary, do your
Mhm.
thing. And you know, like us growing up, you see them 90 shows, like they thought if you didn't go to college, you was gonna be a bum on the
Yeah,
street.
it was gonna be the
They
worst
didn't tell
thing.
you
Like
that.
this
Yeah,
shit,
that
like
was
the
the worst
world
thing
was
in life.
gonna be over.
But they didn't tell your ass the other side of that, how much money your ass gonna be in debt either if your ass don't turn out to get one of those jobs and pay that money back. But I mean, so if you got the funds, do your thing. But if you don't, find a trade school, and you could definitely make a lot of money, and your ass gonna feel good about it because you could definitely become your own boss when you learn how to do some type of
Some
plumbing,
type of HVAC.
electrician, HVAC, any type of thing like that.
Mhm. Fucking plumbers, I be seeing the money they make. I be like, God damn, bro.
Yeah,
Like
that
that.
shit crazy right there. And them motherfuckers go and do jobs when they feel like, and then when they called out at nighttime and shit, these motherfuckers
Ooh,
be charging crazy prices
they
for the
double.
overnight.
They gonna tax the fuck out of you, boy. Cash, yeah. Sometimes plumbers take straight cash, man. Sometimes, man.
The job, you're still gonna be in debt. Yeah, most times you are. Only a few people get out of that shit. Only a few
That's
people
what
get
I'm
out of
saying.
it when they go through college, but most of them people are,
Be
are
doctors, lawyers, people
and
like
most
that.
of them people already had money.
Yeah, CEOs and shit. Like, they parents paid for most of college anyway. They ain't really in no debt like that. Shit
And nigga
like.
said, I told you, Chris, I'm gonna be your next door neighbor once I get my HVAC license.
Yeah, come through, man. Texas,
Going
they make
down.
money off of that shit. You know how much the ACs fuck up out here? You gotta run them shits all year. Just think about it. When you gotta run
Hell,
your central air unit all year, you got a lot of problems with that bitch.
with cheese that yeah, plumbers and HVAC make just as much or more than a lot of doctors. Hell
They
yeah.
do. If a
True.
doctor ain't got a private practice, they probably don't make what a plumber or
Yeah, they ain't
HVAC.
making when no plumber or HVAC dude make like it's like you said, if they don't got no type of private practice,
I don't
hell
know.
no. If
A
they
plumber
if
can
they
make 200,000 easy.
government
During the winter, a plumber can make 120, 150,000 easy, man. If he on this shit, that's where they gonna make most of their money during the winter.
and then when you doing like electrician HVAC shit during the summer hours,
Yeah,
that shit
some.
is crazy money during the
Mhm.
summertime. Put them with them AC, like you just said, them
Mhm.
AC running high,
Mhm.
motherfucking shit blowing out every month. Them HVAC
Nigga,
dudes be all on that joint, boy.
yeah, give me 5,000 for the first 4 hours.
They
Then we can come back for another
ain't even look at nothing.
consultation.
They just said, "Yeah, that's 5,000." They ain't even gonna look at the fucking box or
Mhm.
none of that.
Yeah, you just describe us, yeah, we get 5,000, then we come back. A lot of plumbers look at it. They ain't gonna touch your shit without even giving you yeah, yeah,
Somebody,
this
yo,
one.
let me see some checks up there, man. Somebody throw some checks in the comments, y'all. Who out there with us tonight, man? Throw some checks in the comments, ladies,
Man, we
gentlemen,
like to
whoever out
always thank y'all, man, for coming through for these
there.
pop-ups,
Definitely,
man. We
definitely,
just don't spontaneously, we be having to get some shit off our chest and everything. I don't come as aggressive as my boy Nelly, but I just come and just speak my mind and things like that. Especially had to speak my mind about the woke moment because it's fucked up that how they do everything that we get our hands on and everything that we try to make so precious and try to make something good out of. They just turn it into a mockery or turn it into some bullshit. So we do appreciate y'all when we come through like this to drop some knowledge or to drop how we feeling and things like that. It's always we never
Yep.
on bullshit, but we on bullshit, when it comes to the community and defending people and shit like that and everything.
You already know, brother. You already know. Y'all already know what it is. We turning up tomorrow night.
Man,
Saturday night,
tomorrow night,
tomorrow night, baby.
yeah, we'll be back full show, man.
Just do it calm, Chris. He said you just do it calm, Chris.
Yeah, man. That's how you gotta do it, man. Sometimes you gotta give people that levelness. Sometimes you gotta let them hear you, because people listen, but they don't hear you. A motherfucker can always hear you, but they don't listen. That's what I mean to say.
Yeah, that shit be heavy on me sometime. That's why I be coming off like that, man. That shit be heavy on my heart. You be holding that shit in all week, and then when I come on here, man, I just let it all out, man. So that's why sometimes I be coming off aggressive. Like I said, man, I'm trying to learn, man, how to calm down, talk at a even, at a low even playing field with everybody else and shit, man. But I'm gonna get it together,
But
man.
tomorrow
Definitely.
it's gonna get
Get it up.
tomorrow we might get a little aggressive up in this motherfucker. Tomorrow it might go get
Got
crazy,
some shit
man.
going on tomorrow night. So y'all definitely got to tune in. We got some shit going on tomorrow night.
All
Them
right, man.
females definitely, yo, especially y'all females, man. Tune in tomorrow night, man. We got some shit for y'all tomorrow.
Stand for something, fight for nothing. Black and talkative. We back, man.
Already know.
Episode
Back
18.
tomorrow night, 18. People don't understand the difference between listening and hearing. Yeah, they
Yeah.
definitely don't understand that. They definitely don't understand that. You gotta listen. Don't just hear shit. Listen first. Listen.
Listen first, yeah.
Open them
Cause
ears
I
up,
be
man.
always telling people you heard all that and I said all that and you just heard what you wanted to hear. They just hear two lines out of what you said. You said everything, they just heard the fucked up shit that you said probably. So listen.
What she
What
said.
what Hov
Hell
said, niggas
tomorrow,
don't
tomorrow
listen
fight
to
night.
music, they
Oh yeah,
just
and
scheme
tomorrow is
through.
the fight night. Hell yeah. Yep, tomorrow is the fight. Yeah, we gonna be on before the fights and shit even start though. We gonna be on
Who,
before
Jake
that.
Paul, you know?
No, yeah. Tomorrow is the fight night with them, but it ain't Jake Paul. Remember, Jake Paul was supposed to fight.
Oh, who fights tomorrow night?
They got a couple boxing matches on tomorrow night.
Is it Haney and Norman?
I think it is. Let me see. I think it is tomorrow. The major fight is Chris Eubanks Jr.
Oh,
fighting them night. Yeah, you got Eubanks Jr. fighting tomorrow night. Then you got Tommy Welch fighting tomorrow night. You got a couple fights on, but it was supposed to be the Jake Paul and them shit and all that, man. But you know how they done fucked that shit up right there and all that. Yeah, my guy Nelly gonna let me close out tomorrow night, so stay tuned. You already know, Vi. You already know, my boy.
right.
Yeah, but definitely, man. I definitely appreciate y'all for coming through here, hanging out with us for this little special on this little hour episode right here tonight, though. But we definitely gonna be back. Yeah, he says a few boxing and UFC fights tomorrow. All right, definitely. Yeah, I'm
Definitely.
gonna definitely check out the boxing shit. I'm not too good with the UFC shit, man. I don't like the way they be getting they damn heads and shit knocked off on UFC, man. I ain't even gonna lie, cheese. Mm.
All
I could
right, but
stand the
thank
boxing
y'all
match.
for
Yeah,
tuning in
UFC shit
tonight,
crazy.
man.
Yeah, but definitely, y'all. Yeah, I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Yo, all of y'all, everybody who checked in with us tonight, man. VI, Cheese, Tarsi, Charge, whoever else out there in the comments with us, man, who checked in with us tonight, man. We definitely gonna be back tomorrow, episode 18, man. Black and talkative. We won't stop. We definitely gonna be here. This shit for the culture. And like my boy Chris always say, if you don't fight for nothing, tell him, Chris.
You don't stand for something, you fight for nothing, man. You
Come
gonna
on.
get it right.
You already know I gotta get that shit right. Yo, but definitely, yo, we gonna see y'all tomorrow night, man. We out of here. Black and talk.